Good afternoon, CFM. It's Coach Matt with our Wednesday testing week workouts. This is one of my favorite days where we combine two really cool movements, the clean and the bench press. So let's begin with the warm up, 2 rounds through, 15 calories, your choice, row, bike, or ski, and then get 4 reps on each side of this PVC psoas lunge. So notice I've got my hand reaching up. It's very straight, right? Not down here, right? I don't get the same stretch with my elbow bent and my arm tucked in as I do if I reach all the way to the top. And then also notice that my back leg is extended as far behind me as I can possibly get it. So again, this position right here, notice how my knee is bent, doesn't get me a really good stretch in the psoas or the hip flexor. So you gotta really stretch this hand and that foot as far apart and rotate into it as much as you can whenever you do that exercise, okay? Next, PVC pass-throughs, just over your head, and then PVC external rotation stretch, and get that elbow out to the side and stretch out those shoulders. When you get through a couple rounds of that, then we get 2 rounds through some front rack stretching and then some bar on the knees stretch. So this is for the Achilles and the hips and the knees, right? So try to get your feet flat on the ground and use the weight of that bar to shove your knees forward over your toes to stretch out your Achilles, okay? After that, we'll do some clean warm-ups with some clean pulls, some high pulls, and then some tall cleans, right? So practice each of those movements and then start warming up your cleans. A really good way to warm up your cleans is use the every minute on the minute format with small reps and moderate loads up until you get to where you're in like the 80-ish% range. And then you don't want to be every minute on the minute. After that, you should be like every other minute or every third minute when you get into your maxes for cleans, right? So 3 attempts at a 1 rep max. And again, just like on our other ones, I'd say like do something you're confident with, then take a little risk and then see what you got after that, okay? So if you miss the clean once and you feel like it was a technical thing, or maybe I could pull a little bit harder, then try it again. If you miss more than twice, if you miss like a third time, then I would say like take a step back, maybe drop the weight 20%, get a few reps at a weight that you feel comfortable at, and then go at it again. But try to finish on a successful lift as opposed to going all the way until you fail and then just fail and leave it at a failure, right? So whatever you do, try to finish on a successful lift and hopefully with some promise of another higher loaded lift on the next time, okay? So the best case scenario is where like I feel like I probably could have got 5 more pounds, but I'll save that for next time. That is the way that you should finish your maxes. It keeps you invested, it keeps you interested in doing it again for the next cycle, okay? After you're clean, then we're just going into bench press, same format. I don't know why there's 5 up there, but you only need to do 3 attempts at a 1 rep max on your bench press. Make sure we're using spotters and make sure we're doing enough appropriate warm up for the bench press when we do it, and that we're doing it safely. If you feel like you should never do a 1 rep max bench press without a spotter. Even if you leave the collars off, it can still be dangerous, okay? And when you're done with that, there is a Metcon option, a mini Linda, which has deadlifts, cleans, and bench press in it. Linda is one of our really fun weightlifting benchmarks. Sometimes we call it what does he call it? The Iron Triathlon? Yeah, that's what they call it. Because it has 3 exercises. So the deadlift is supposed to be at 1.5 times your body weight. The bench press is supposed to be at 3/4 of your body weight, and the clean is supposed to be at your body weight, right? So whatever that lands you at, those are the prescribed weights for it. But we always just say like pick some reasonable targets for that are in the like 60 to 70% of your maxes for each of those 3 lifts. And then one other thing to remember is that the reason we pair these 2 lifts together is because they should be very, very similar in weight. So one of our goals for training should be that I train the clean and I train the bench to the degree that I have weights that are very similar on them. If they're off by like 15, 20 pounds, that's okay. But like if you can bench 275, you should be able to clean close to 275. And that is just a reasonable athletic balance standard that we're shooting for. So if they're drastically off, that should tell you something, or it should give you like a training focus for the next time. So like if my bench is 275 and my clean is 215, then you should spend more time working on your clean and less time working on your bench during the next cycle, okay? All right, that's just some rules of thumb. Have a great one. I'll see you guys on Thursday.